Paths, and also to remove your socks if that's comfortable for you, only because it helps you to get a better grip on the floor. So just loosen the body a little bit, just relax, drop into the knees, shake the arms and wrists. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can just see the flow of my spine. We'll just do some standing cat-cow. So we'll inhale and arch the back, lift the chest, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back and elbows back. And on the exhale, we'll tuck the tummy in, soften the knees, round the back, drop the head, slide the hands down the legs. Inhaling, coming back up again, arch the back, draw the shoulders back, look up where the wall meets the ceiling. Exhale, draw the tummy in, round the back, fold forward. One more round each way, so we'll just go inhaling up and exhaling forward. And inhale yourself back up again, standing with your feet hip distance apart or maybe even a little wider. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead and grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And we're going to go ahead and step the right foot behind the left, and we'll side bend towards the windows. Nice side opener here. It's okay if you wobble. Breathing in, breathing out. Smile and relax in the face. And then inhale, back up again. Release the arms, bend the knees, fold over the legs. Inhale, ground into the earth and reach all the way up again. Opposite side. So step the left foot behind the right. Grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and drop the hips to the windows and reach over towards the other side of the room. Relax the face. Open the side body. And then inhaling back up again. Relax the arms. Go ahead and step the feet nice and wide, coming into a 5-pointed star so the toes come out. Reach the arms up and out to the side. Just stretch the arms, drop the tailbone, stretch the legs, and then go ahead and reach the right hand to the left knee as you twist gently over to the left. Coming back up again, 5-pointed star, big stretch, opposite side. Softness behind your knees. Inhale, come back up again. Coming into cactus arms, so bending at the elbows, really squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Imagine that you're holding a pencil there. Don't hold your breath. Go ahead and turn the toes out. Bend the knees towards the little toe. And squat down. You don't have to go very far. You can feel this in your thighs and legs. Drop the tailbone down. Breathing in, breathing out. Smiling. Inhale again up to your 5-pointed star. Reach, open up the front body. Exhale back into your goddess pose or God pose. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Open up the front body, exhale. And go ahead and relax the arms, straighten the legs, step the feet together. So getting some more breath into the body, we'll come into a breath of joy. So the breath of joy is sort of like you're orchestrating, you're conducting an orchestra. So it's soft knees always, 3 short inhales as you conduct, And then on the exhale, you fold over the legs and let all the breath out of the body. Okay, so we'll begin. Let it go, out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, 3 short inhales. Beautiful, exhale out. One more time, inhale, 3 short inhales. Exhale, let it go. Now stay down here, really deeply bend into your knees, just slowly sway from side to side. Let the weight of the head go. And then beginning to slowly roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, until you come back to stand. Hands on your hips. Feet are still hip distance apart as you circle at the hip joint. Breathing in, breathing out. Circle the other way. Just noticing what's happening in the body as well as in the mind. Coming back to neutral, let's step the right foot forward, left foot back, standing on your train tracks. Softness behind the knee, really plug the big toes into the earth. Inhale, lengthen up, roll the shoulders back. Now leading with your heart, not with your chin, we're going to, with a straight back, extend out over the leg, drawing the right hip back. Keep going if it's available to you. Notice sensation behind that right leg and the left leg as well. One more inhale and exhale here. Maybe come halfway back up and then exhale, folding further if it's available to you. Inhale, ground into the earth, come back up again. Step forward and back with the opposite leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge forward at the hip crease, straight back. Softness in the knees, plugging the left big toe into the earth. Extend over that leg. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Maybe you go a little further, maybe not. Drawing that left hip back. And then finding both feet in the earth. Lift yourself back up again. Stepping forward. Softness in the knees again. Mini sun salutation, hands in front of the heart center. Drop into the knees as you inhale. Reach all the way up. Continue inhaling all the way up. Now with soft knees, exhale, fold over the body. All the way over. It doesn't matter if the fingertips make it to the floor. Come halfway up, so bring your hands to your knees, roll the shoulders back, and straighten the spine. Exhale, fold over again. Now with a big inhale, press into the earth with your feet and come all the way up. Reach as tall as you can. Exhale, hands down the center line. We'll do that 2 more times. It'll get easier. Inhale, drop down, reach up. Exhale, swan dive all the way over. Beautiful swan dive. Inhale, halfway up. Hands above the knees, shoulders back. Exhale, fold over the legs. And then big inhale, coming all the way up, reach, 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 gather all that energy from the sky. Hands down the center line. Oop, stuck. One last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. And big inhale, come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Exhale, hands down the center line. Costume that malfunctions. So, step the feet nice and wide. Turn the right toes out, left heel back. Just come into triangle here on each side. Arms up, shoulder level, front knee, right knee is straight. We're going to reach forward, drop the hips back towards the windows. Beautiful. And then just simply pivot the arms. Let that right hand rest wherever it falls. Reach up with the left hand. Beautiful. Now inhale, come back up again. Change sides. Left toes out, right toes in, straight knee. Arms come out, reach towards the windows. And drop the hips back as you pivot the arms. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, step the feet back. Namaste, everyone. Please remain standing. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Karen. Our gathering will continue with the bowing practice to the Dharma Kaya Buddha fourfold grace, which is symbolized by the one circle image. So please join your palms together. Join your minds and hearts together. We'll offer 4 bows in standing posture. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles. Be seated, please. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ginger. Once again, welcome to the Sunday service at the One Dharma Center. Our center is currently offering a retreat over the Labor Day weekend with the theme of resilience. So right now, we have 42 retreat participants joining this Sunday service. So together with our local practitioners, we'll engage in silent sitting and sutra chanting meditation. We'll listen to Dharma talk from a guest speaker, Reverend Doyeon from the One Buddhist Temple in Manhattan. Now, our practitioner Pete, Won Seung-yong, will guide us with the method of seated meditation.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair, breathe in, grab all your attention, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart, stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field which is called Danjan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose and to the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjan breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
Sutra Chanting Meditation, page 4. Page 4, Sutra Chanting Meditation. 이론 상방 일원 is the realm of samadhi, beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened master, enlightened people and sentient beings, one manifests as both permanence and impermanence, fused as permanence, one unfolds into infinite worth that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is fused as impermanence, one into infinite worth through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of earth, we transform 6 forms of existence, progressing or regressing with grace, arising from harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves 일원상도 dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receive grace rather than harm until attain the great empowerment of one and become one with the nature of one. Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing prajna paramita, realized that all 5 aggregates and became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra, form does not differ. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. So Shariputra, all dharmas are empty, they do not appear, disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Emptiness, no form, no sensations, perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body. No form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, realm of eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, or mind, consciousness, no ignorance, extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, no extinction of them. Suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering. Past no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain the Bodhisattva. Prajnaparamita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist, free from delusion. One dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajnaparamita and attain supreme. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. Enough also proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha gate. Paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. This morning, I am happy to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Doyeon, the head 교무님 at the Manhattan One Buddhist Temple. I have a few more lines about her. Since settling in the city, Reverend Doyeon has been a dedicated representative of One Buddhism to the United Nations. She currently serves as the co-chair of the Committee of Religious NGOs at the United Nations. She's also the Buddhist chaplain at both Columbia University and New York University, as well as the president of the Buddhist Council of New York. Let us welcome Reverend Doyeon with palms together.
Good morning. Thank you, Ginger Gyumunim. It's a bit ironic. I often say Buddhist practice is to letting go of all these labels that we carry. And yet I was just introduced with all these labels. So maybe I should say, add one more line, like maybe at times labels are okay as long as we don't become attached to them. So let them go. Again, welcome, especially our local friends. It's good to see you. Welcome for to joining us today, this Sunday. As we started with here, we're having the retreat over the weekend, and the retreat theme is resilience, right? So resilience, it's that inner strength that allows us to navigate the vast array of life's challenges with grace, understanding, and unwavering spirit. So that's what resilience is about. And over the last few years, I've noticed that resilience has been a big theme, especially in books and articles about personal growth, well-being, or mental health. So whether it's in research papers or those kind of self-help books on the stores, it seems that a lot of people are talking about pointing the critical importance of this particular trait, the resilience. And Buddhist teachings remind us that resilience is not just some buzzword of today. It's an age-old quality deeply rooted in our spiritual journey. So resilience it's not about avoiding life's challenges, as you all know, but it's about learning to embrace them, finding silver lining in the midst of turmoil, and holding on to the hope when we find the challenges in our life. So it's our journey of transformation, it's our journey of growth, and gaining profound insights from the obstacles that we face. We all know that life has these ups and downs. I think we have enough experience for that. So we all go through pain, distress, and discomfort, stress, whatever you name it, whether it's physical, emotional, and mental. And this is what the Buddha talked about in the first noble truth. The first comes with the truth of dukkha, the truth of pain and suffering, discomfort that we go through in our life. So it's about realizing that everyone, regardless of who they are, where they're from, what they have, we all go through this journey. So I'm sure that you all kind of see that, yes, the life has these setbacks, these failures, this kind of hard times. And recently, I took a trip to Korea, my hometown. While there, I got a chance to meet with a group of Korean youth, like college students who practice Won Buddhism. So I got a chance to meet with a group of college students. And I shared with them my experience working in New York City as a 교무님, as a Won Buddhist teacher. And they were quite impressed, right? And a bit jealous of my English skills. So I was like, okay, this is good. And when I shared some mistakes that I made in my early days in the USA, mainly because of language, the English kind of mistakes, and their reaction was like, really? Like, they're like, oh, I thought you were natural, from the start. Because they kind of, from their understanding, from their kind of view, oh, Doyeon, she speaks pretty good English, right? And I was like, hold on. Like, nobody learns the language without making mistakes, right? And I also say, even native speakers like you mess up sometimes with the English, right? So it's very obvious. We all know that. And yet, we often forget the hard work and maybe some failures behind someone's success, especially when all we see is their current achievements. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I've mastered English. Of course, I still have a long way to go. But at the same time, I don't want to downplay the progress I made so far. And I told the students that English used to be my least favorite subject. In fact, while my overall college GPA was an A, impressive, right? My GPA was A, and the only C plus on my transcript came from basic conversational English. Maybe this gives you a little bit of idea how, the idea of my initial struggles with my language. And I told this to the students. I was hoping to kind of inspire them to study English for themselves or whatever passion they wish to pursue. And I wanted to emphasize that no victory comes without sweat, tears, and setbacks. It's so obvious. Again, it is very easy for us to forget that. Easy to forget the journey behind the successful kind of stories. When you see a perfect, beautiful photo on social media, right? Maybe you want to remember it might be one out of dozens or even hundreds of shots, right? So after all, we had to fall many times before we learn to walk. And I say, nobody's life is easy. Nobody's life is easy. And it became almost like my own mantra, especially when I'm dealing with challenging individuals. You know, sometimes people pops up in our life. Why this person is making my life so hard, right? And then that mantra came into my mind. Nobody's life is easy. At least for me, that gives me a little bit of kind of cool, calm mind so that I don't really respond right away. I have little kind of pause moment to kind of process how I want to respond, how I want to, deal with these situations. So after 2 decades of reflecting on dukkha, this inevitable pain and suffering and discomfort in life, so I've come to accept that life naturally brings challenges and unexpected twists. So when things don't go as I planned, when I stumble or someone gets on my nerves, I gently remind myself that's the part of life. There's nothing wrong there. And it's not about giving up or saying whatever, It's more of recognizing, such is life. And this perspective has gifted me with a sense of ease, allowing me to face situations with clarity and little composure. But here's a thought. You don't need to wait 2 decades to live with this mindset. It's available to all of you right now. Understanding and embracing the nature of reality that, yes, at times we all go through difficult times. And when reflecting on this dukkha, I find it's crucial to remember the principle of impermanence. Just as life is filled with challenges and setbacks and failures, they too are transient. They also come and go. So as they arise, they also fade away. So whatever, good or bad, nothing stays constant. Again, that's also the big part of Buddhist teaching and our practice to realize that. So within this realization, we find both hope and liberation. Think about it. You just have this understanding of, yes, there's dukkha. If that was the end of the teaching, it's a bit little dark. But then there's a teaching that we can also contemplate on. It says, you know what? Things change. And indeed, whatever comes, go away. Buddha once said from the Dhammapada, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Our founding teacher Soto-san put it this way. Just as the weather is sometimes fine and sometimes gloomy, so too is a human being's spiritual energy, sometimes refreshed and sometimes melancholy, and the surrounding sensory conditions also sometimes favorable and sometimes unfavorable. These are natural changes in accordance with the principle of cause and effect. When a person who understands this principle experiences these changes, their mind of cultivation will simply be just as it is and as unconcerned as heaven and earth. But for those who do not understand these principles, these changes will disturb their mind, and they will never be able to grasp the middle way amid joy and sorrow, suffering and happiness. Thus, there is no limit to the sea of suffering. So Sotaesan was putting this way, we see the weather changes, season changes, everything really changes. If we see this from the teachings of the impermanence, we're not going to get so much bothered because we can just respond accordingly. If it's cold, bundle up. If it's hot, maybe you want to have more light clothing, maybe you want to turn your AC. There's no need for frustration there. So now it's our job to realize this ever-changing nature of life. The Buddha also emphasized that know for yourself, suggesting that we shouldn't blindly accept those teachings just because the Buddha said so, or just the Sotaesan said so. We need to go through our own contemplation and reflection to see if that really makes sense to you, if that really is the case for you. So through self-reflection and by observing the world around and the nature, we can grasp this constant flux of existence. So you may take a moment to look around in this beautiful setting here. The trees, the birds, and gentle breeze. Every element of nature exemplifies this resilience. Trees stand tall not by defying the wind, but by swaying harmoniously with it. When gales sweep and gusts roar, trees do not snap, they flex, drawing strength from their deep roots. And as storms approach, birds do not complain. I'm not so sure for 100%, but I don't think birds are complaining here. They seek the refuge and wait, they biding their time until the skies get clear. So nature, with its profound wisdom, teaches us that resilience is not about battling or resisting the changes, but rather embracing and flowing with it. So you can ask yourself, when changes come into your life, how do you respond? Do you resist? Maybe, or do you flow with it? So when I'm not engaged in Dharma-related activities or work, one of the things that I do is indoor rock climbing, particularly bouldering. And it's like a dynamic form of meditation. Simply, you climb the wall, only yourself and the wall. It's very honest kind of time and space. I've been doing it for several years now, and bouldering presents a spectrum of difficulty kind of levels. And I've always been content with my skill set. And to give you some idea, they say V0 is beginner level. So whenever you try for the first time, you will climb V0. And I was regularly handling V5s in my gym. And on a good days, I can do some kind of V6. That's my victory out there. And after taking 2 months break this summer, I returned to the gym last week, right after I got back from Korea. And obviously my strength was not what it used to be, of course. And now I find myself struggling with the V2s and 3s. And I couldn't believe that I fell from a V3. And the logical side of my mind says, well, after taking 2 months break from working out, it's obvious, I lost some of my strength. I need to just get back to it. I can rebuild the strength. And yet, my ego-centered mind struggles to accept this I'm like, well, I'm better than this. Like, how come I kind of fell down from this V3? It shouldn't really be happening to me. So that's like my ego saying that. And it's a bit annoying. And this is the exact moment I need to reflect. Am I truly embodying the principle of impermanence? I often speak of, embracing changes, releasing your attachments. That's what I say. But am I really, genuinely living it? So, it took a couple tries, and I was like, for a few minutes, little depressed, like, how come, it's the time. But now I'm like, okay, what's wrong with V3s? So I'll be back to the gym working on those V3s, hopefully rebuild my strength back. And it's important to remember both physical and mental strength are fleeting, just like everything else. That's why practice matters. So today's struggles are not necessarily failures. They can be stepping stones to future success, who knows? Maybe for some of you joining this retreat, maybe on a first day or a second day morning, you had a wonderful meditation retreat, like, this is it, I'm getting it. And then maybe by the afternoon or the following day, like, it's not happening again. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It's a part of practice. It's a part of life. So let's embrace it. So with deep contemplation, we come to understand our practice is not about stopping or resisting or controlling these changes. Instead, it's about navigating through them, allowing us to leave it with the floor and embracing what comes and letting go of what goes. And in the face of life's constant change, it is our resilience that grounds us. And one of the most effective ways to cultivate this resilience is through meditation practice. That's why we're doing this practice. So meditation, mindfulness, and introspective practices offers the pathways. So by grounding ourselves in this present moment, we learn to detach from our immediate response and approach situations with clear and more balanced mindsets. So when we are swayed by internal or external challenges, we must seek balance and grounding. It's like a ship finding its equilibrium in the waves. In our sitting meditation practice, we constantly bouncing back from wandering thoughts to the breath. Maybe you can come back from another kind of wandering mindset to your voice. In the case of chanting practice, you can come back to your body movement whenever you do some body exercise here. Whenever you notice yourself struggling with this greed, hatred, and ignorance, it's a practice that coming back to your state, the original state of mind, which is symbolized here as a circle, this Irwansang, we call this our original Buddha nature that is calm, clear, and still. So when we say coming back to your breath, you can think about it's not just actual physical forms of this breath. You can think about what this breath represents. Whenever we're wandered around, we're coming back to this breath, this present moment, the place where we find innermost calm, peaceful, serene state of mind. So when you think about this resilience, again, it's understanding, acknowledging the adversities in our life. And this understanding comes with the deep understanding of impermanence, as we see things always changes. And you can also think about what makes the changes. It's your current presence. It's not coming from your past deeds. It's not about your future. Depending on how we use our mind and body in this very moment, that makes changes. And for us to make more compassionate, insightful changes, we want to cultivate this very peaceful, calm state of mind that we cultivate through the meditation practice. I think we are already doing this practice of resilience, again, first by understanding the deep nature of reality, the impermanence, and the dukkha. And then repeatedly, we're coming back to this breath. So as we continue our practice, we can remember every moment of meditation with every breath we take, every step we put out there. It's a pathway to nurturing our inner resilience. So may we all continue to cultivate this unwavering strength, facing life with grace, wisdom, and open heart. Thank you so much for your deep listening.
Thank you so much, Reverend Doyeon, for your wonderful talk. Remember the process on the way to achieve our goal. And there is a truth of dukkha, dissatisfaction, and there is truth of impermanence. And resilience is about coming back to our present moment, centered, and restart. So that's what I heard from her talk. Probably I missed other points, but what did you hear from her talk? Take your time to reflect on the teachings we learned from her today. Plus, with all her great teachings, I appreciate all the times her presence itself. Her strong, refreshing presence is another gift that I received each time I have her on this platform. So thank you so much for your talk. Page 6. Let us recite Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. Today, Catherine Won-Sunji will guide us to this reading.
1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all.
As a retreat center, we offer week-long retreats 3 times a year. The very last one is upcoming in October over the Columbus Day weekend with guest teacher Reverend Wong Gong from the North Carolina One Buddhist Temple. please find more information in the flyer in the foyer, and also you can visit our website. So this is the flyer. A new type of yoga class will be offered beginning next Wednesday. It is called Body Rewilding. So please find more information about that class in the lobby. Whenever we hold silent retreat on our retreat campus, I am personally so thankful to our local practitioners for their practice of observing this silent retreat. So dear community members, we've arranged a tea and some snacks at the Garden of Grace across the parking areas. Kathy will be there to help you serving tea and snacks and accommodate you there. So feel free to visit on your way home. And for our retreat participants, please enjoy your self-guided program before lunch. And I know 2 people signed up for individual interview with Revenue before lunch. If you are 2 of them, then please check the time you signed up for, and you can go to the conference room. Lastly, we are still waiting for more questions for Q&A session with Venerable Juksa님 tomorrow morning. So remember that. Now page 9, morning prayer song. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. This concludes our gathering this morning. Thank you for your practice.